arriving at an ancient sassafras grove of trees that may be 400 or more years old. And this stream that we're coming to is one of 6 in this area. Hydrologists say that Mount Torbreck is a major recharge area. That means that water is coming onto Mount Torbreck and snow, and it's going underground and then going into the landscape like we see here and into Snobs River.
The logging, I call it deforestation, in the Snobs Creek Valley will have a catastrophic effects to the fish production of the hatchery. This creek supplies the Snobs Creek hatchery, which is opposite me, which has been in existence for 70 years, and it is a $2.6 billion industry. It supplies all the fish right across Victoria.
My name's Bruce Hyatt, and I live on the doorstep of Snobs Creek. And to give you a little bit of background of where I'm coming from, is that my forebears, my grandfather and my father, were both loggers. I can remember my father saying when he got out of it, and that was in the 1950s, that the logging in this area is finished. There's no big trees left anymore. They're all gone. The situation in Snobs Creek is it's not a very long valley, very steep on the eastern side of the range, and the western side has basically been logged out now. At the rate they're going, it will be finished off in a very short matter of time. But it's not going to take long. But what is really happening now is that's affecting the quality of water. Now, it's a crazy thing because we have a very successful state-run fish hatchery, Snobs Creek Fish Hatchery, which is at the bottom of Snobs Creek. The area that is being felled now is having a huge impact on the water that's carried into that fish hatchery. These fish are distributed all over the state, and the income from the fisheries up here is huge. It sustains many businesses local to the areas, caravan parks, hotels, motels. There's hundreds of thousands of fishermen that come to this area each year to fish for trout. And yet, at the same time, we have logging going on in the headwaters that has a very high potential to destroy that hatchery. It's incredible to think that one government department can destroy another government department.
Typical of this flank, that the streams bifurcate. At the top, they bifurcate halfway down. They can't avoid the streams while logging.
Yeah, hi, my name's Andrew. I'm here with the group today, come into this logging coupe to just hopefully stop work for the work that's going on here today, and hopefully bring a bit of a message to the outside world, that I don't think a lot of people really know what damage is being done in here, in this beautiful forest that's ancient. And with climate change happening, this is a gem. It's carbon that it holds is bigger than per acre than any other place on Earth, and there's not very many places on Earth that even compare.
Massive dozers are going in, they're ripping up the forest floor, turning stumps over, then they're doing a very hot regeneration burn. Hot enough to split granite rocks. Everything that's under the subsoil there is being destroyed. As well as that, the heavy rain is then washing the topsoil straight down into either the Rubicon, the Akron, or Snobs Creek. All of these rivers now got high sedimentation in them, and it's only from the logging. A lot of it also is coming off the roads where heavy trucks are using the roads all the time. Just places, centimetres of dust, which come up in clouds. If we've got about 88% of the timber that's cut down going into pulp for paper, owned by an overseas company, and those profits are not staying in Australia, surely we should be starting to ask questions. If possibly 11% is going in to make Shep pallets in Dandenong, and we're talking about high-grade trees that are going in to make Shep pellets for basically a one-off use, that could be made out of plastic. I mean, surely we should be looking at paper now and thinking, what other product can we use apart from our very valuable mountain ash? And there are other mixed species, but the mountain ash is what they're really going for, is the hemp. Why don't we start looking at growing hemp? I mean, it makes far better paper than what the mountain ash and the blue gum does, and we could keep farmers gainfully employed. It would make so much sense, and it grows a lot faster, and it's basically an excellent sustainable system. But all we've got to do is make that transition, get away from trees for paper and start to look at an alternative.
Anytime they do any logging, the forest will never recover its natural biodiversity.
Future generations will pay for this. Everybody will pay for this. Everybody will find that their water source has been cut. It's going to have massive impacts right through.
It's impossible to continue to go the way we are because, as I said before, the demand is much greater than the regrowth can ever do. We will never catch up to that.
It's really important that we keep these places intact and we don't allow Vicforests to continue destroying these precious ecosystems. It's 2020, it's too late to be doing this.